recording. All righto. This One Time in Real Estate, Season 2, Episode number 19. That's consistency, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think about that when I say, gosh, that many? Who would have thought? By the way, if we would have thought about that like year and a half ago, we're not going to do that many.
When we were in New York, it was funny because a couple people were talking about their podcasts and people were saying, oh, I should start one of those. And I was thinking, man, think if we wouldn't have done it. Like if we were like, oh yeah, we'll start one and then didn't commit to it. Like I just think this has done so much. There were like the obvious things that were really great about this whole podcast, but then there's the things that I didn't even think were gonna happen that like, I don't know what's that called? Like almost like a ripple effect of other great stuff that came out of it. So, and I feel like we're now we have so many episodes because that's what Ryan Stewman, actually, I was in Dallas, I guess it would have been a year and a half ago, and he was talking about how I think his podcast took 7 years to take off. And he's like, so it's a good thing that I started it when I did and collected all those episodes and I just flooded. And then 7 years, I actually had a following. And but you're just like, man, it just takes just doing it. Like we talked about, just starting.
Here's what I like about it. It's weird how many times I've actually referenced, and I don't remember the exact statistics, but there was a statistic that only maybe like 5 or 10% of podcasts make it past the 10th, 15th, whatever that number is. That's irrelevant. But the fact is, it's a great reference point. It's the same reference point that I will continue to use you as a reference point of your hiking of Mount Tallac that's going to make you a different person. You never hiked more than a mile, 2 miles, whatever that was. You ended up hiking 11 miles on a tough, which hiking up that was like walking on a flat, street area, 15 plus miles, but that's a reference point. The reference point of this is we are not today attached to the outcome. Actually, quite frankly, and I guess it's weird to me because I really don't look at statistics yet. I know that our marketing director gave you a couple statistics lately that said your most listened to were on this topic or this topic.
Correct.
And so I know we're at least high level paying attention to it, but overall, we're just doing it. Yep. We are just showing up every week doing it, unattached to the outcome. Just heard you say 7 years it took for Ryan Stewman. Same thing. We're committed to the process, committed to doing reels. Every week we're doing reels. Well, you know what just happened this week? One went viral. Okay? Woo-hoo. And I don't know how viral some of you listeners who have thousands of followers may say it's not viral, but within the first 30 hours, we have over 9,000 views on a reel. Okay? It's better than most of our reels, but here's the thing. I don't actually care if I have 150 views or I get 600, and the reason is I'm focused on the 150 that heard it. The same thing, you come out every week. You've been incredibly consistent on a messaging video.
Right. Some
days you get more likes, some days you get less likes, some you get comments, etc. But at the end of the day, if your win is how many likes, thumbs up, you may not feel very good. But how many times have you heard somebody, or even at our bowling party a few weeks ago, people freaking recognize you?
Yeah. I know.
And they're like, you run the place. And you're like, well, how do you know? Well, because I see you. And you're like, well, would you mind just putting that little button?
Exactly. Could you shoot me a like?
Just pushing that button. It's either a thumbs up, or if you really like it, it's a heart. If you thought it was funny, there's a funny face. I mean, there's a few. Just give me some love.
Just do something.
But
it's fine.
It doesn't always happen that way.
Right.
But however, people see it. People know. If you're attached to the outcome, disappointment can happen all the time.
Yeah.
If you're attached to the process, incredible things are going to happen. See, I'm attached to, so tonight, you have a baseball game. It's a little rainy out.
Yep.
Now, in those cases, when my kids had baseball games, I was attached to the outcome. Is it going to get rained out or not? And by the way, I was hoping many of those times would get rained out. But anyway, you don't want it to get rained out.
No, I don't.
You actually, and you were just saying, that seems like your happy place.
Yes,
Before we
yeah.
were on this,
Yep.
your happy place was a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
What happened?
Baseball is just well, I guess it was America's favorite pastime, but it's also my favorite sport. I really enjoy it. And I really did not realize how much you enjoy watching your children play a sport that they love. So it's like putting those two together. I'm like, man, this is a dream come true. Give me a nice day. Actually, the only thing that would make it better is if it was a really nice day, Nolan's playing baseball, and I had a draft beer. I love draft beer.
What about a hot dog?
I'll take a hot dog.
You like hot dogs?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Are you going mustard and ketchup or neither?
No, just ketchup.
Really, just ketchup? Okay,
yeah.
I'm going just ketchup too.
Really?
My wife loves mustard. I literally hate
I
mustard.
think Matt likes mustard.
Do not throw pickle garnish or any of that.
Oh, yeah, no.
No good.
Nope.
Now,
Same.
we never talked about it, but I guess we'll talk about it on air. Did you ever tell the coach who you work with?
Oh, no. I still have it.
No, okay.
I know.
That's all right.
There wasn't a good time, I
No.
felt like, but I need to.
There wouldn't be a good time to be like, "Hi, coach." Does he
Should we
know
role
you?
play it? Yes,
Like,
he
do you
does.
have to introduce yourself?
No, not anymore. So we were out of town in Branson, which was nice because we definitely got to know each other a little bit.
So no downtime there. Did you say, "Hey, I heard really nice things about you"?
I know.
From
I'm
Mark
going
Gelman.
to do that.
By the way, I will recommend, if you ever hear a nice thing about somebody, and you shoot that person that you heard that nice thing about. So imagine I'm overhearing somebody say a nice thing. An agent says something good about Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sarah, I just wanted you to know that they were talking really nice about you. Man, it can make somebody's day. So easy.
So true.
So anyway, go ask Todd sometime.
I will. I'm going to do that. But one other thing I have to say. So about relating to doing the thing consistently, whatever the thing is, in this case, podcast, or I do my weekly video. I actually love the one thing because it's changed my life. So I'm very passionate about it. But I think the coolest thing is when you can practice what you preach, it changes the dynamic of the people that you're leading. So even though this is kind of relating specifically to agents, but I'm sure there's people that lead people that are listening. It's important to be able to display the things that you're like asking them to do. If I'm asking them to be consistent with whatever activity they choose, and I'm not displaying consistency in my character in my life, I don't think they're going to be as motivated to do the thing that I'm telling them to do. So just
Modeling.
Yeah.
Modeling. I was with a good friend of mine. He's an Ironman triathlete. He's done numerous. He competes all around the world. I was at my office a couple days ago with him, and I said, we were talking about modeling, how critical modeling is. And I said, I'm assuming that your children are healthy because you are. He said, absolutely. Like we can tell somebody all day, you have to go exercise. You have to take care of yourself. And if, as a modeler, we're on the couch smoking and drinking, whoever we're telling, they're going to learn. They're going to learn what we're doing. Almost every bad habit that our kids have, you can thank us. My wife reminds me of that numerous times, that every bad habit our kids have are directly related to me. So modeling is unequivocally just, it's critical. And I will tell you, so his son, who was here, works in the ticket office for the Cardinals right now. And the Cardinals are struggling, and it's not as easy of a sale as they would be if it was if they were, leading the division.
Right.
You know what I played him? I played him a video when Mark Cuban, have I ever played it for you?
Mm-mm.
Mark Cuban, right? Owns Dallas Mavericks, right?
Yep.
Do you know what Mark Cuban did for ticket sales the first year he bought the Mavericks? By the way, he bought them for $200 million. I think he sold not all of them. He sold a portion of them for like $2 or $3 billion, right? He did pretty well.
Wow.
But here's the thing he did first day, first week, first month. He went to the previous database of everybody that used to have season tickets. They were horrible. Everybody stopped buying tickets. Here's what he did. He sat in the bullpen and called the bullpen of the office.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was right alongside all of the salespeople, and he was calling everybody. I know, Mr. and Mrs., you used to be a previous owner. Here's the thing. I'm committed to build a winner out of this, and we'd love to have you. And he had scripts. But he said, how can I tell people on my team to make calls if we're not going to make calls?
Right.
And so I couldn't agree more when you talk about this podcast, your video.
Yep.
It's about consistency. And by the way, it's only after years
Right.
that you can actually say it. Because
Totally.
if you've done it 2 times,
Right.
yeah, that's not a trend.
No.
If you've done it maybe 15, 20, 30 weeks, absolutely
Right,
that's a
right.
trend. But here's the thing. You're modeling. And modeling is critical. It's critical for if you're a team leader, don't care the business.
Yep.
It's critical as a parent. It's critical as a friend. I mean, whatever you expect, you have to live that.
Right. It's crazy that you say that about kids because it's funny. I wasn't thinking about that, but you're so right.
Your kids have no bad habits from you,
Oh,
do they?
I think biting their nails, that's probably me.
Ooh.
Such a
yeah,
bad habit.
That is a terrible. You know who's probably modeled it for you? Me. So blame it on me. So your kids are nail biters because of me, indirectly via you. Yeah.
Yep,
But here's the
it's
cool
true.
thing. You know what's cool about nail biting? There's actually one cool thing.
What?
If that's like my only vice, look, it's like that's what it is.
I agree.
You can see it, and yeah, it's not. I'm not proud of it.
No.
But at the end of the day, I tried. Did you ever try to put like that
Nail polish?
Yeah, or whatever it was? I
like-
just bit through it.
Ugh.
That really stinky. Like.
Yeah. I never
Wait,
could
you
do-
tried to do that or no?
I tried it, yeah, and then I
And it
was like,
didn't work?
why would I do this? It's
Okay.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's a nervous habit.
But if you paint your nails, which guys, that's unfortunate. You're probably not going to do
I
that.
could.
But I don't know.
Why it
It's
helps?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
I feel like when I have my nails painted, I don't bite them.
You know, I maybe have to get you a manicure more. often.
Yeah, but I know. But yeah, no, it's
Do you
bad.
paint your own or let your kids paint them?
Definitely don't let my kids paint.
You don't?
No.
I used to let my kids paint my toenails. I would just have them bust out like nail polish night. It was fun.
Good idea.
We just have fun. So
We'll
that's
have
the
to
only bad habit. That's good.
I mean, I don't know. Probably. I like to stay up late sometimes. That's probably a bad habit.
You want to know my?
Yeah, tell me.
Sure.
Aside from nails.
My oldest two,
Okay.
they do not know how to read the room. My wife always tells me about how
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
how to read the room.
That's so funny.
Neither do my kids. My kids have no filter. So every bad habit my kids have is me. Every good one, my wife. But you know what? It works.
That's so great. I love that.
So what was our topic today? But hey, by the way, we're like 13 minutes in. We probably will even cut it at some time.
Yeah. Yeah, we could. Yeah, good point.
You have
Shorten
anything
it.
else? You're pumped. You're going to go to the game tonight.
Yeah.
Now, do you cheer or do you boo?
Oh, never boo.
Do
Never
you ever
boo.
yell at the ump?
That could be actually a bad habit.
What?
That I can sometimes be a little mouthy and.
You are? What does that mean?
Like-
Wait, do you ride the ump?
No. It's usually in soccer. Baseball is just chill for the most part. Like you get annoyed when the team gets a rally and their parents are obnoxious
Right.
and you're like, or they have the loud walk-up music. That's like such a.
I like that.
Like.
That's a whole different story, but I would I would have some unbelievable. Actually, my favorite part of that would be the walk-up. Actually, my daughter was the high school, her whole role, she was the manager, but she was the walk-up manager.
Oh.
She just managed everybody's music.
That's a great
Yeah,
job.
it's cool.
I did
Who
not
would
know
you
that.
walk up to?
Oh, so I don't know who sings it, but that "We Ready" song,
Oh yeah, I like that. I
That's
don't know
like
who that is. We ready though?
really good.
I
Hype.
probably would. There's a couple. I probably would walk up to maybe Calvin Harris. Let's go.
Oh, that's good.
You know, just like last week, you talked about just do it. I'm saying let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's bring it on.
That's a
Let's
good
go.
one.
But you were saying you're a little mouthy. What does that mean?
Well, so in soccer, like you just sometimes just get frustrated with somebody. They're getting more aggressive as they get older. And so I'm like, keep your arms down and play the ball, or I'm gonna have to say something.
Is this to your kids or to the opponent?
The opponent.
So you don't like when the opponents play
Pushing.
dirty
Correct.
and push. You don't?
No.
And you say something.
I will, and I probably shouldn't.
Wait, you will or you don't?
I do.
Okay, so
Only
you
if it's
say it loud
justified.
enough so the parents of that kid know?
I hope they know.
And
But
then what happens? What if they were like, hey, calm it down?
Usually it's only in case, so there's
I
two
like
cases. Number one case is if the kid's being really physical and it needs to stop. So I feel like if I say something that at least the ref may notice, like pay attention to that. So it's not like I'm saying anything terrible, but I'll say arms down, or I'll say play the ball, and I'll say their number.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm watching you. Stop touching
Oh, I
my
like
kid.
that. That's aggressive.
Or the linesman. I'm like, we have possession. What are you doing? Are you blind? So then I get mad. I don't say that. That's what I think. But I'm like, who? Like sometimes and so anyway.
Did you ever play soccer?
No.
When did you start learning it? Because it sounds like you know a little bit about soccer. When did you start learning about it?
When my kids started playing, and I'm not at all an expert, and I always say, but there's certain things that you're like, what? That's a terrible call. So anyway, it's just funny. I just feel like soccer is intense. Like there's just more, but so yeah, that's not a good habit.
So like the inner soccer mom really comes out. And that's not really you.
I mean, maybe it is though. I
Ooh,
don't know. I'm
yeah.
a little fiery when I have to be.
I like that.
But yeah.
So
no.
do your kids like that when you're like, 9, put your arms down against my sweet little girl? And then
Nope.
what happens?
Nope. There. So, and so again, for the most part, just because I know everybody that potentially, if you know youth sports, this is a hot topic because the parents can ruin it, for everyone. So for the most part, I'm
Good
much
thing
better.
I got a video and I'm pointing to us.
It's
the
not me,
parents
it's not
that can
me.
ruin it.
I'm much better actually. But there was a tournament where it was really not great there, and I would like to say that our side was better, but it was just the other side's parents were angry. It was just not great, and we actually ended up having a really good family discussion afterward because it was like, we can't. That's not how nobody needs to act like that. So Nolan was like, the only time I like you to really say anything is if you say like, good job. Like keep it he would rather me not speak at all. So I'm trying to do better. But the good news is baseball, I don't say anything. I'll just be like, let's go, bud. Like I'm really just nice, and because it's slower, it doesn't feel as intense, I think. So anyway, but I'm going to I'm going to continue to work on it.
I like it.
Yeah.
You're letting them know. Don't mess with your little babies.
Yeah.
By the way, there'll be a day that they're going to have to fend for themselves. Do you know that?
Yes, I do. Well, and actually, Kennedy's gotten 2 yellow cards now. She's given it right back, and so I don't feel like I have to stick up for her anymore. She's got it. So anyway,
I like
it's interesting.
it. I like a little aggressiveness on the field, just to be clear. I think it is. I think it's a good attribute to have. I'm not saying get carried away. I'm not saying get hurt people, but a little bit here and there, it's okay. It's Kenny, she's just trying to win the ball, win whatever, right?
Exactly.
Well, I hope, what I hope for your sake, that tonight it doesn't rain and that you get to go, because I didn't realize that you enjoy it so much.
Thank you.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else before we wrap this up?
I think that's it.
That's a wrap. Let's wrap this up. By the way, how's the studio working out?
Great.
Good. I love it.
This is amazing.
All right. We're going to wrap